Hey, what's going on everybody? Krikcet here, and today I'm making a video on the top 17 mods for console, or that are my favorite, or that I use with every game, however you want to look at it. Um, I will state ahead of time, I went over 17, I think I hit 25, so. And I will also note, there's 4 extra that aren't included in because they're kind of normal, like government subsidy. By realism is modding the government subsidy sign. Pretty much everybody has that in there, so I'm not going to count that as like a oh, you know. And disable vehicle camera collision, the one by giants. Again, everybody has that in. It's kind of a normal. It's not really a. I mean, we all have it, so I'm not really going to count it as like a my top mod. But and then precision farming, which I use in pretty much everything at this stage, and seasons 90% of the time. 95% of the time. So I'm not going to include them in this list. This is going to be more implements and or things that I find really useful. So first we're going to start off with the CSZ equipment pack, which isn't an individual thing, obviously. Most of you know what it is. It comes with a buttload of attachments for front loaders, wheel loaders, telehandlers, etc. As you can see right here, we've got adapters, multi-purpose buckets, buckets with teeth, various unloading buckets, grid buckets, and then move on to basically like lifting pieces, bale handling equipment, round bale handling equipment, the big bag handler, which 90% everybody loves, because you can basically strap to pallets, bales, etc. It's a super handy piece of equipment. And then you've got manure forks, pallet forks, log grabbing type implements, hook lift stuff. I mean, it's literally got everything in it. It's a great mod. Um, and that's by DD Mod Passion. And I'll show you in wheel loaders too real quick. Like I said, most people know what this is, but I figured I'd throw it in here because I use a bunch from this regularly. So that's number 1 on my mods list. Number 2 is Residential Container by neroxc. Neroxc, I think it's pronounced. Basically, it's one of my favorite. I'll show you the other version, farmhouses, just because it's stupid cheap. You've got the $2,500 version and the $5,500 version. Basically, it's a storage container that's been converted into a house. It's got some nice details on the outside. So if I'm starting off small, or let's play, or doing like, logging especially, this is great because you can be like, oh, I had him put down a little thing. Come inside, it's got some great little details in here. And then of course you got your bed to sleep in. It does have lighting inside, as you can see. It's a little off, but it works. And I'm pretty sure this outside light, I don't think it lights up here. I think it comes on automatically. But there's a little light up there. So, again, that is number 2. I've got a list here in front of me. Alright, number 3 is the water tap by Vergamini Modding and Lost Gamer. It's this little guy right here. I've talked about this a little bit, but I'll tell you a couple reasons why it's my favorite. Let me find it here real quick and I'll show you. 2 aspects. One, it's super cheap to buy in place. I think it's like $250 if I can get to it. I have a lot of mods installed. That's the thing. It's like, oh, your top 17 mods. It's like, well, every time I play, I have pretty much every mod I have installed included. 500 bucks. So, as I was saying, the coolest thing about this, now this is a placed house, okay? If I rotate this around, I can get this stupid close. I mean, it's practically clipping into the corner right there. And I can place it there. Or even this. This is obviously bunker silo for the map. I can get this thing right up against it. Like almost into the thing. A little too far. But you get the point. You can place it really close to buildings, whether they be placeables or even, you know, parts of the map that are included in the map. Super cheap, and real quick, I will show you two things. I'm going to get a tractor because I want to show you the speed with which it loads. And I will also show you another thing from the list. And this is the Liquid Bowser by Euro Agri Mods. 18,000 liters, change the room color to anything you want, main color to anything you want. The only thing you can't change the tank, which is, depending on what color you go for, it can kind of look off, but put some big old chunky tires on there. But it's super cheap. Like I said, you know, it's 13 grand with colors and stuff. And the other thing I like about this is the tires actually mush when it gets full. So you get some serious compression visually in the wheels when filled. But this is killing two birds with one stone, so. Oh yeah, and the other thing about this is it holds milk, water, slurry, manure, fuel, digestate. Nope, I'm sorry, no digestate. Def, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. So you can put just about everything in here, except for digestate. I was wrong about that. But back to the water tap. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the gauge. See how quickly this thing fills up. 18,000 liters. Oh yeah, and I meant to show you. See how mush the tires are? The front's actually bulging out. Yeah, I meant to actually show you that too. But yeah, so there's number 3. I think we're on 4. I don't know. I'm gonna lose count. Alright. So next is Slurry Dealer Pack. And that one's by TF2020 Mods. Another placeable. And this one's cool because it's got a few different versions of the same thing. I should have organized these better when I did the list, but I was just trying to get them all written down. Okay, so Slurry Dealer Pack. You get import, which is buy slurry from. Storage, you can store your slurry in. Digestate, you can store your digestate. Unfortunately, it doesn't do them all, but if you're looking for a more realistic, like, I just want one thing that holds one thing instead of having, like, you know, a silo that holds everything when it's slightly unrealistic, but I mean, that's all up to you on how you play. And then slurry export, you can actually sell your slurry and digestate. So you can place these wherever. They don't take up a ton of room. But that's all it is right there. So, real simple. Come up to it, refill. Obviously, if it's a sell station, you sell to it. Pretty simple, but it's super cheap. Like I said, doesn't take up a lot of room, easy to place, out of the way. You don't need a big, huge area for it. And yeah, I usually, especially if I'm doing, like, starting off and I need a place to get stuff, but I don't have, you know, enough animals that are producing enough, I'll usually drop one of these down. Alright, so that's a slurry dealer. Okay, next is the Lightweight by Mantrid. Mantrid makes some fantastic mods. Okay, the Lightweight. And it's because it's got lights on it. Main color, everything. Design color, again, all the colors. You can change the telescopic color to the color, main color, secondary color, or black. And then the weights come from 1 to 3,500. So all the way up through. You can put a beacon on there if you want. Lighting shadows has something to do with the way it casts shadows with the lighting from this. I have read that if you're running a lower range PC or sometimes the older consoles, if you turn this off, it'll run a little better. Like if you're getting kind of glitching or anything like that. I haven't had any issues. And light setup, you can have front only, front and sides, back only, back and sides, no sides, no lighting if you want just the weight, or you can have standard, which gives you lighting all the way around. And then on the back, you can have the decal with the weight, small, large, or none. So again, it's a weight, but oh, and the other reason I love this, I'm trying to get through this so it doesn't take all day, but I know I'm gonna forget things. So normal weight attaches. You got your weight. You turn on your lights, and especially if you have a tractor with bad lighting, this thing gives you massive amounts of light, and you can actually rotate the lights to a different kind of trajectory, so you can kind of put the focus. So that's kind of nifty. I'm trying to remember if, oh yeah, and you can change the light height too. So, like I said, nifty mod. But we're not done with it yet, because it has one more trick up its sleeve. Got a telehandler. Can't get a weight on it. You can now. Bam. Attaches to telehandlers, I believe forklifts, don't quote me on that, but it will attach to wheel loaders as well. So, picking up something a little too heavy, bam, lightweight. Awesome mod. Alright, that's that one. Number 6, No Man's Land Placeable Pack by Alien Jim. The 150 mods, obviously I'm not going to go in here and try and go through all the placeables and stuff like that. Honestly, the main reason I like a couple of the placeables in there, and his BGA is fantastic. Granted, I will say Caster has the one you can build yourself. That is an awesome mod in and of itself. But the one in the placeables pack is like 35,000, and it processes stuff at a ridiculously high rate. So you can dump 50,000 liters in there, and by the time you get back, it's completely processed. You know, if you have to run down the road, grab your stuff, come back again, I mean, it processes so quickly. On normal speed, you know what I mean? It's great. So, like I said, the placeable pack as a whole is number 6. Number 7, if I can remember where this one is. The broom. Cleaning broom, animal broom. Basically, the cleaning broom version deletes everything. Like, deletes fields, cleans up anything, deletes anything that's on the ground within reason. Obviously, it's not going to take out tree stumps and stuff like that, but any debris or stuff on the ground, it will take care of. The animal broom is the one that you clean the animal pens and it throws it back in the pen. And for $15, you keep one of these by the edge of your animal pen, and you don't have to worry about having buckets and trying to scoop stuff off the ground and pour it back in. You just walk along it with it. It's great. So that is the animal broom, and you can change the main color, which is just the bristles. And design, you can get numbers 1 through, I forget how many. 1 through 6, and X, and O, and B. I don't know what the B and O is for, but... Alright, so that's that one. Give me 1 second. Alright guys, sorry about that. Welcome back, and... we left off with the broom. so we are going to move on to, it's a trailer pack. It's by, in the mod hub it's called the TF140 PB95. It's by SMI modding team. There's two versions of it. The first version is, where did it go? Oh, animal transport. Under here, it's this one. Animal one. Main color. Anything on there? Rim color. And design color. Which is not the top, which I thought originally it was. It's actually the lettering. So, but it will hold 12 cows, 20 pigs, 23 sheep, and 12 horses. So, it's pretty decent. It's not the biggest, but I mean, compared to some of the other ones, it's, you know, it's definitely decent. Baling. Alright. The other one shows up as a bale trailer originally, right? It's got 4 different versions. You got your round bales, square bales, cotton square bales, and blah, 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 cotton round bales. Jesus, I can't talk. And I believe it's also an auto load. Nope. Okay, it's not an auto load. Manual configuration. Alright, so basically, it starts off as a base trailer. Some of you may have seen me use this before. Same thing here, rim color, main color, and design color is your lettering. Base bed, as you see it, it's just a regular bed. The ramps do come down, you can drive on it. The cool thing about this is it tilts. And I'll show you that in a minute. So we'll actually buy one of these real quick. And then you've got ones for bales, logs, depending on how you want to do it. And real quick, I'm going to buy the animal one too, just so you can see that. I'm pretty sure the back opens up. Alright, so let's get in our case. And I will show you these. I mean, they're pretty standard, you know, it's an animal trailer, but like I said, it's not expensive, holds a decent amount. So for smaller farms, I mean, you know, obviously you can pull it with a tractor or a truck or whatever. So we will go oh yeah, this is one of those. Folds down like that. It's got some nice little gates that open up. Nice slow animation. The only thing is they don't match down to the ramp, but that's okay. And I think that's all you can do with this one. Yeah. But like I said, it's a nice little mod. The thing I like better is the ramped version. One thing I did leave out, and I'm saying that because I'm showing off this particular trailer, I think it's called the wheel lock. I showed it off in my top 5 mods for console. It's basically like little bars you can put on your tractor to strap them down to anything that does straps. So that's handy. And I would say take a look at that video if you haven't seen it, because that definitely comes in handy with stuff like this. But that right there makes it great as a, you know, trailer for loading stuff. You know, you want to bring some bales, you want to load some pallets, you want to take your telehandler somewhere. Super handy. Like I said, obviously you want to strap it down in some way, because, you know, if you're going too fast, stuff will fly off. Actually stays on pretty good, probably because of the weight. But, so that's that one. Alright, so the next one on the list is the silo wood. Everyone knows what this is, but I'll show it off anyway. I like the all-in-ones too, but this is kind of the if I can find it. There we go. Silo wood. Basically, wood silo holds 10 million liters of everything, and when I mean everything, I mean everything. So, self-explanatory, but great mod. And it's, I think it was 35,000 to buy. I know I just looked at it, now I gotta go through this again. Sorry about that. 30,000. So, super cheap. It's good stuff. Alright. Next we have my favorite small trailer. Everything for trailers. I don't know why. Certain ones I like. I like ones that dump out the side. You know? I don't know why. I like them. And the animations usually on most of the vehicles that do it are pretty good. Alright, so you get two different versions. It's the Metaltech TS18/18000. This is by Mat26. Oh, I'm sorry, and Silo Wood was by Omatana. But the Metaltech TS18 18000. There's two different versions. What it is the 18 is the newer newer style, if you will, and then the 18,000 is the older style, more squared off. The thing I like about these, now the options are all the same on both, so you can change the color to anything. So you're running Claas. Oh, well, that's not exactly Claas, but you get the idea. Here, for all you John Deere fans, can't say I never did anything for you. Bam. I know, probably should be the other way around. Capacity, 18,000 or 26,000. Because most of your base games trailers go up to, like your smaller trailers go up to about 21,000 usually. So 26,000. And you can customize it to match your equipment. Small window, big window, so you can actually see the stuff going in. Super handy. Attachers, it does have trailer hitch option in the back, so if you want to pull a second trailer. Cover, no, yes. The only downside, you can't change the cover color. So, but again, not super expensive for the capacity. 31,000 fully decked out. Get one of these real quick, just to show off. I'm gonna have equipment laying around everywhere. And Mat26, who made this, he has two other versions of this. One's the TS16 16,000, and it goes from 16,000, I think, to 21,000. And then he has a 14,000 version, which again, it's the same two versions with basically the same options. And I think the 14,000 one goes from 14,000 to 19,000, I believe. So gives you options. I mean, you can get a smaller version if you want. So cover. Let's see. You can change tip side back, grain door, or left. Obviously, back, you know, is of course the shop land. I know I'm showing this part off. You guys don't really need to see this, but so there's your back. Grain door, self-explanatory. And the left, I like the left because it comes open and the doors kind of swing open as gravity moves with it, as opposed to just opening and the thing doesn't tip and stuff just magically kind of falls out. I don't know. I just really like it. Alright, so that is the Metaltech 18,000 by Mat26. The Liquid Bowser, I already showed you earlier, so that was number 11 on the list. Number 12 is the Stara Hercules 10,000. Oh, I would like to side note, this thing right here, this comes with the Kverneland Vicon equipment pack, the Exacta TLX Geospread. This thing's amazing. It has a 3,900 liter capacity dry fertilizer, but it has an adjustable spread, and it goes from, I think it's like 25 meters all the way up to 45 meters, if I'm correct. So if you have the Vicon Kverneland pack, this thing is amazing, especially for big fields. There we go, Hercules 10,000. Now I know this one's awesome, but this was my go-to for a really long time. Doesn't take a lot of horsepower, and you can get the capacity up to 13,000 liters. Plus, because it's not like a steering axle in the front, it's super easy to navigate, and they do pivot, so it's easy turning, but it's not like you have to worry about like backing up super easy with it. 24 meters spread, and it's just a good mid-range fertilizer spreader or lime spreader, and I believe, and it does manure too. But I think the manure only spreads at 18 meters, I believe, and the same thing with the lime. So it spreads a little less of the width, but it's a good quality mod, and that is by Farm Centro Sol and rafazr or rafazr. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. Alright, I'm not going to show that off because I mean it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a fertilizer slash manure slash lime spreader, but it's got really good detail on it, and it's a good mod. Alright, next up. Plus I've still got a lot to get through. So, Claas Quantum 3800K by White Bull Modding, which anybody who picks up stuff with loading wagons knows exactly what this is. This bad boy right here, $28,000 for a 35,000 liter loading wagon. That only takes 90 horsepower. You can't beat it. Like, you can't. Because you look at any of these other ones, like right here, 26,000 liter, 70 grand for a Pottinger. 124, 35. Okay, here's another 35,000, $100,000, 150 horsepower. It's fantastic. So, it's a Claas Quantum 3800K. It's a loading wagon. You guys, most of you have probably seen it before, know what it does, etc. So, I'm not going to show that one off. Alright, the next one I got is something that many people probably haven't seen. Or I've talked to a few people, and a lot of people overlook it. The mod is called New Bales, and it's got 4 pictures of balers on the front. And it's by TF2020 Mods. And what it is it takes all your base game ones right here and converts them. Like they do with a lot of mods. TF2020 Mods is really good about that. They got another mod that I really like that it's not on the list, but it's basically it's the in-game fertilizer spreaders for the KUHN brand, and you can change the colors and do all that stuff. Where is it? Oh, I should have picked that. Alright, where is it? Okay, starts here. The Arcus in 4 stack. Allows you to change the rim color to anything, and the main color to anything. Still base game. I mean, didn't really do anything special, but it gave you color options. Same thing, it adds a Heston baler version. So now you can stack Heston bales. And that was not in base game. Again, all the colors, wheelband, Trelleborg, Michelin. Gives you the auto stacker. Yeah, Jesus. The auto stack. Again, rim color. Oh, wrong button. There you go. Now you got a John Deere auto stacker. Couple tire options. The balers, same thing. Rim color, all the colors. Main color, all the colors. So now you can match your baler to anything. Trelleborg, a couple different options, and Michelin for tires. Same thing with this, the bale wrapper. And this one's cool because now you can change the foil color to anything instead of just having that like bland white, gray, and pink. So you want your foil blue, your foil's blue. Main color, all the colors. Rim color, same thing. Bam. Now you got a fancy looking baler wrapper. Granted, it's not the fast baler, but it gives you the option to take an in-game baler and customize it and make it your own. Okay, same thing here, the square balers. You get your normal square baler, rim color, foil color, main color. I'm not going to go through every option, but you get the gist. So, and it gives you a Heston bale version. And I've used this. It's awesome. It picks up the Hestons, wraps the Hestons, and sets them back down, and the Hestons then basically are the size of a regular 4,000 liter bale, even though it's a 6,000 liter bale. So, it's really cool. And then obviously your roll belt one. And for some reason, did I pass that one already? Nope. Yeah, for some reason you can't. You can only do tires with this. I think you could change the color originally, but I think they had to update it to take that out because New Holland. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But either way, so everything in there, customizable, awesome. Change your foil colors, change your baler colors, and even the stacker. It's great. Alright, so that's new bales. Moving on to Versatile Transport Trailer by 82 Studios. Most of you know what this is. It is, if I can figure out what I'm doing. Alright, low loaders, I think. Aha, Versatile Transport Trailer. This thing is great. Change your colors, rim colors, main colors, all the colors. Typical 82 Studios fashion, customize the crap out of it. And this one, nurse trailer, you can add capacities, 4,600 liters. I don't remember what it holds. It holds seeds, liquid fertilizer, or herbicide. So, interesting. Twin axle front, axle back, triaxle, spread axle, move it all around, single wheel, dual wheel, Nokians, wides. Not going to go through every single option, but you get the gist. You can customize the crap out of that. Then you got your flat deck, ramps, dovetail deck, and chatcher type. You can make gooseneck or regular bumper pull, mudguard standard, back, both. And then change the length up 20, 30, 40. I think it goes up to 50. Yeah, 50. And then extras. Here's where it gets interesting. Side rails gives you these little edges. So stuff shouldn't, it's still going to move around if it's not strapped down, but it gives you that little side rails. Log poles. So you unfold and basically they lift up and you've got log poles on the side. And my favorite one is extensions. These will extend out a ways so you can fit much wider equipment on the trailer. So, real quick, we'll do this. And I'll do the log pole one, just to show you. Oh man, don't have another thing with the fifth wheel. It's gonna take forever. Nope. I know it's in here, put it in here. Come on, don't let me down. Haha, there we go. Another noteworthy mod, not a necessity, but 3-point gooseneck receiver hitch. Put it on your tractor. Should have picked up. You know what? We are going to do that. I'm going to pick a faster tractor. Because this is taking too long. So obviously you can, you know, adjust the height, and then, if I can remember how to do this, unfold trailer, bam. Now you've got a logging trailer with ramps, so you can fold this down. Oh, that's for that. There we go, okay. Bam, put your ramps down so you can load stuff on it. Get back up, like I said, do your logs. It's that one. And this one I love. So like I said, it's great for a fifth wheel truck, or if you've got, in this case, I'm pulling it with a tractor with an adapter. But, no, I keep doing that. No, wrong button. There we go. Okay, so now, I'm just breaking everything. Alright. So now, you've got, let's say, a combine, or an excavator. You put it up, it's gonna fit. And you're not gonna have the wheels hanging off the edges. And while we're on the subject, I believe this is also on the list, but it's the same thing. Or this one's for a tractor trailer truck, but the wood planks go down the sides and make this thing super wide. So it does the same thing, so you can haul. These two trailers are basically my go-tos. This for trucks and tractors, this for tractor trailer trucks. So awesome stuff. And yeah, okay, so that is by 82 Studios. I'm going to jump to number 20 on the list real quick. That other one I showed you. This one by peppe978. Again, I'm not going to take it out and show it, but it unfolds, widens out, etc. You can change the color and the tires, I believe. So, alright, the next one's a placeable. This one, now it's labeled, I don't want to say it's labeled wrong, but in the mod hub it's labeled as the Manure Cell Point by Missy B. Now, it comes with a cell point, but it also comes with a buy point. Super cheap, $2,500, and it's cheaper than manure elsewhere. So, having issues. Oh, still attached. Yeah, I know I'm jumping around. I got a lot to get through, and I don't want to make this an hour long, because nobody's going to want to stick through it. It's rough, I know. I'm also going to be doing a top tractor video, but that one's going to be a bit longer. Fills pretty quickly, unlike some of the other mods, and like I said, it's super cheap. Figure 26,000 liters for $857, and if you were to buy that in pallets, I believe that's more expensive. Nope. I don't actually have any other way to buy fertilizer. Solid fertilizer. Nope. Okay. Alright, so yeah, either way, it is fairly cheap. I know there's a couple other pallet mods out there where it's more expensive. Alright. The next one, ironically enough, you just saw, is, now I grouped these together because they're both by the same guy and they're really, really handy. One is the lizard pallets, and the other one is the lizard reusable pallets. Both of them are by Quiet Hitman. So we've got the reusable pallet, and the reusable bulk pallet. So the capacities change from 2200 to 4500, and you can put any solid in it regardless. Empties out, you still have the pallet, so you can use it again. Reusable tank, same thing but for liquids. 22, 4500, super cheap for the pallets. And I believe, I haven't done it, I'm gonna buy one real quick because I want to check something. Oh yeah, and you can label stuff too. Reusable egg pallet, wool pallet. So, and you can change the colors to white, clear, tinted. I want to check something though real quick. Figured instead of me running all the way over here, this would be quicker. If I remember correctly. Yeah, when they're empty, you can pick them up. So, super handy. When they're empty, just take it, throw it on your thing, and they do strap down. And then, like I said, you can fill them with whatever. So that's the reusable pallet versions out of this combo. The others is the lizard pallets by the same guy, Quiet Hitman. You can get single bags. You can get seed pallets, sugarcane pallets, limestone pallets, solid fertilizer, cow manure, liquids, all the liquids, herbicide. And the fluid in there is the color is the fluid. When you use it, it drains down. So you can kind of have an idea how much is left in there. So, pretty cool. Chicken food, cow food, pig food, horse food, sheep food. Also, not too expensive, especially for like the pig food and stuff. And basically what it is you get your standard pallet, and then you double stack if you want. And then you can get fancy with it. You can get it wrapped, double wrapped, or, you know, whatever. So like I said, and with the pig food, you can get pig food or potatoes. The only caveat to this, and it has nothing to do with him or the mod or anything, the sheep food is the cheapest you can get because it's grass, which is awesome unless you're running seasons, because the pallet will slowly disappear. Bags will disappear over time because it's grass. So if you're running seasons, just be aware of that if you're going to use this. Like I said, it's super cheap. I mean, you can just mow your grass and dump it in there, but if you're going to use this particular sheep food pallet, make sure that you use up everything you buy in a time frame, because I didn't realize at first, and I stocked up like 10, 15 pallets because I didn't actually read what it was. It just said sheep food, so I was like, awesome. I was thinking it was hay. And then I came out and my stuff was disappearing. I actually saw one of the bags disappear. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I figured it out. It's because it's grass. So it's the only thing, but I mean, if you're not running seasons, you're good to go. But yeah, so you've got all the animal feed, wood chips, square bales. You can't take the bales off the pallet, just so you know. And it says it on the bottom. Bales can't be removed. So, but those are the two by the same guy, and basically very, very similar mods, so I kind of grouped them together into one. But it's good stuff. Alright, and then the next one on the list is akin to that, and again, most of you will know this mod. The Multi-Silo Shop by CS and Modding and Anne Marie. This thing is the cheapest way to get seed, fertilizer, and lime. I think I filled a 55,000 liter trailer with lime and I spent like $1,200. It's just ridiculous. And it's low profile, easy to place. It's great. I usually, honestly, for the longest time, this is all I used. Then I started using the pallets by Quiet Hitman because it's one of the next cheapest ways to get that stuff. And I wanted to play around with some pallets and some equipment, so I started using those. So basically, between the two, that's how I do everything. It's either this mod or it's those pallets. But yeah, super cheap. Let's see. Alright, next one is my favorite trailer, aside from the other one. Where in the world might it be? I think it's under baling technology. Alright, and this is called the Lizard Modular Trailer by jeytav, or jeytav, I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly. It's this thing right here. You guys have probably seen me use this a bunch. I love this thing. Basically, main color, anything, low attacher, high attacher, depending on what you're pulling it with. And for those who don't know, I am going to show it off for just a moment. Bale module comes with it, or buy separately, but it will work with it. And then forestry, there is a forestry module right there. And lastly, there is an animal transport module. So, and the reason I love this so much is with one trailer, especially smaller scale. I mean, if you're running American Life farming, you're not going to want this thing. Well, maybe. Depends on what exactly you're doing. But you've got your basic trailer, got your straps, nothing fancy. And then I'm going to show you the animal one because it's the easiest one to do. Well, he says. Yeah. Normally I'm better. So, now, it's an animal trailer. Unfolds, gates come out, fantastic. And the the animal trailer module holds 6 cows, 10 pigs, 12 sheep. So it's not a ton, but it's not a big trailer either. It's a little smaller than that one. Alright, so if I take that off, now here's where it gets fun. Now you have to pay attention to this because otherwise it will not work, and then you'll be like, I don't understand, why doesn't it work? It's a crap mod. It's not. It's right here. It says load from this side, and you see right there the tongue of the trailer is facing to the left, and you have to load it in the middle. And it even says grab from this side. So let's try that again. Alright, see, grab from this side. So you grab from this side, lift it up, and like I said, you gotta put it in the middle, otherwise it's not gonna work. So in the middle, when you get in, lizard forestry module, bam, now it's a forestry trailer. And then you disconnect like you would any other implement. And take it off, throw it down, and then let's say you want to do some baling. Same thing. And again it says grab from this side, load from this side. Gives you a picture of the trailer, where the tongue is, and where you need to grab from. And like I said before, make sure it's in the middle, otherwise it will not work. And then you'll be like, I don't understand what's going on. I had this problem myself. I tried it multiple times and I'm like, I hate this mod. And then I figured out how to do it right. I actually watched Mr. CLP. So, bam. Now it's a bale trailer. So, one trailer, flatbed, or four trailer. One trailer is 4 trailers. It's a flatbed with straps, a bale trailer with straps, a logging trailer with straps, or a livestock trailer. 4 trailers in one, super cheap. You can't go wrong. And like I said, that is by jeytav. I hope I'm saying that right. The Fliegl, tractor trailer low loader I told you about. Like I said, it does literally the same thing that does, but it's for tractor trailer. So I'm not going to show it off because it's pretty self-explanatory. Next is the number 21 is the front lifter by Peppe 978. Again, most people know what this is. Front lifter. Basically, if you have a trailer hitch, it will put a 3-point link on just about anything. Mostly tractors, but you can actually get it to put it on some vehicles. And I'll tell you right now, sometimes some things I've tried it on, it does not like. Like if you try and put it on a other implements, it does not like it. But especially your mid-sized tractors, and a lot of the Brazilian tractors, I don't know if they just don't have the connection for the trailer hitch in the front, but I haven't had good luck with them. But most of your tractors that don't have a front 3-point link, I'll give you a quick example. This one, no front 3-point. Base Alpine DLC tractor. It works on this one. I know it does because I've done it. But there's a handful that it works on. The only thing you're really going to run into if it... See? Bam. 3-point link. Now you can attach it to any 3-point linked equipment. The only thing you have to remember is you have to cycle to the piece of equipment if you have something on there. But it's great. Like I said, the only thing you have to be concerned about is the really small tractors. Like I tried doing this on, I believe it's... they had a Lindner open cab 50 horsepower tractor by somebody in the mod hub. It's too low in the front, so when you attach this, it drags the ground because it does hang down a bit. So if the nose is too low, it will not work. It will attach, but it will make a tractor go all wonky, or it won't drive because the front wheels will be lifted off the ground. So that's the only caveat. You gotta have, it's gotta be high enough off the ground, but I mean, obviously you can try it yourself and see what works and what doesn't, but it's a great mod, and like I said, especially for, you know, a vehicle that doesn't have a 3-point link. The only other thing to consider is I have had a couple, the Fiat 1300D, basically this one, but the modded version where you can get all the cool stuff and the tracks on it and stuff. It will work, but if you have a front loader and that attached, it does not like it. So on the modded one, if you're going to run the 3-point, run the 3-point and then take it off to put on the front loader, because like I said, it conflicts, and I've seen that a couple times. So just, you know, use your judgment, test it out a little, but for the most part, it definitely comes in handy. Alright, and that is also by Peppe978. Next to last, it's a vehicle. It is the Leibherr Excavator. I love this thing. This is what I do logging with. I enjoy it. Basically, I get this, and you can get it in the regular and the wheeled version. I like the tracked version. And I'm not going to show it off because it's an excavator. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so put a leveler on the front. You can push logs around, or anything for that matter. And then harvester header, harvester trees, and then you get this one, not this one. This is a dangly, swingy one. You don't want that one. You want this one. This one pivots. Super awesome. Gives you fine tuning over the picking up logs and stuff. I mean, you can use buckets with it too. I don't do a lot of picking up stuff with buckets, but you can. So the Excavator leibherr 902 pack by Blacksheep Modding. That's another essential mod because, like I said, if I'm going to do trees, I'm going to use that because the thing costs 90 grand. Whereas the smallest tree harvester is $275,000. Granted, you could do it with a chainsaw, but I'm lazy and I don't feel like trimming all the trees and trying to cut it to the right measurement, and I'm just going to use that. Alright, next is The Heston Big Baler. 6,000 liter bales. Yes, they're not the standard size, but I don't care. They're great. Yeah, there's a lot of trailers that can take them. A few auto loads, and if you are doing it manually, then it really doesn't matter. As long as they strap down, sometimes the straps don't show, but who cares? And then, like I said before, with the new Bales mod, then you can do the 3 stacks, you can wrap them, etc. So it's good stuff. I should have put this in there. I don't remember who made this because this was not on the list, but I really should have had this on there. It's a semi-manual loading auto load trailer. You have to manually reset. It's really, really fun to use. Main color, room color, all that stuff. Like I said, I don't remember who bought it or who made it because it's not on the list, but it should have been. If you have not checked this thing out, you should. Loader QM Extra. It's got a regular and a Heston bale version. Keep that in mind. Alright. I know I'm tangenting. Alright, 2 more to get through, and then we're done. I promise. Then you won't have to listen to me anymore. Today. I think... Tell me it's in here. Plows? Yes, okay. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have this. The Lizard Subsoiler 6 meter by Blacksheep Modding. It's my favorite one. I know they have this one that goes 2 miles faster. I know there's the John Deere one, which on big maps I'll use. This is my favorite average one. My second favorite would be the KC Colotil, but this thing takes 350 horsepower to pull. So, but that by Blacksheep Modding is my favorite. Alright, and on to the last mod, and I'm not going to show it off because it's a plow. You guys know it. And Blacksheep Modding wins again with the... If I can get there. I have a lot of stuff. As you can see, like I said, all my mods are always loaded. Fork Lizard with claws. Front loader, telehandler, wheel loader. Those little wings come out and it grabs the bales. You can stack about 4 high if you're good. I think 4 high. Might be 3. Either way, you can stack a decent amount, move them around quite easily. The claws keep them in place for the most part, like you know how farming sim physics is. But this is essential. This is literally just about what I use. The only other bale grabbing mod I like is this one. If I'm doing like old tractors and little stuff, I'll use this because this one's nifty. But Blacksheep Modding, Fork Lizard with claws. Great stuff. Alright guys, I think that is it. That's all 25 that I had on the list. I know I mentioned a couple other random ones in there that are good. Go check them out. I may not have said the name or who made them, but I apologize to those people. But you can always pause the video, look at the mod, go check them out. Everything on here you can get from the mod hub, console friendly, and I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you learned something, and see you guys on the flip side. Take care.